Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. Recientemente tuve la oportunidad de entrevistar a TUJAMO en uno de los mejores clubes de música electrónica en toda Palma, Mallorca, llamado Hello the Club. No solamente fue una experiencia inolvidable, sino que también aprendí mucho en dicha entrevista. Así que si eres un amante de la música electrónica o eres alguien que quiere aprender más sobre ella, sea porque quieres producir o sea porque quieres ser DJ, creo que vas a aprender mucho en este video. Así que antes de arrancar, un gran shoutout obviamente a TUJAMO, enorme shoutout a Hello the Club y comencemos esto de una buena vez. So, first of all, TUJAMO, thank you very much for your time. I know you're very busy. You're now starting a tour on Europe, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is one of the first stops we're doing and it's going to be a very busy 2 months. Yes.
And this is just after COVID, which means you were really not going to clubs, you were not really into the banger style of music.
Yeah.
Do you feel now that you're going back to touring, that your music is going to adapt a little more to the scene?
Yeah, it's exactly what you just said. Because during COVID, I felt like I want to do some more radio-friendly music. Because as an artist and as a producer, you want to kind of extend your sound, you know, you wanna try some different stuff. You wanna go a little bit here. I don't want to do the same stuff all over for the next 20 years again. So I was really happy that I finally had some time to try different things. But now, being back in clubs, I feel like I think this is where I'm home. This is exactly like what I want to do. This is exactly where I want to play. And I also felt like I need some club bangers because I'm a DJ, I still play in clubs, so I need some really good club bangers. So it's good to be back actually.
I really love the fact that you're going back to the bangers because I feel that you really defined your sound really early on with your music. You had this kind of really heavy bass, like I don't want to call it bass house, but it was definitely heavy and really different to what other DJs had in the moment.
True. Yeah, I was lucky to find something unique.
Yeah.
And which was, I would subscribe it like in the middle of club music, but still festival. It was like in the middle of everything.
Exactly.
Really,
because I remember I met your music thanks to Boneless, right, with Karaoke, which was a really big banger. But also I found so many remixes coming from you with this really amazing sound. I'm almost 100% sure you released a remix for Deadmau5. It was The Reward is Cheese, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there it is. And you had this really different sound. So when you came back to, or not came back, but you went and did these radio-friendly songs, you really got into the slap house kind of sound, which got really popular during COVID. So what's your perspective in that genre? Do you feel it got oversaturated in the last years, or do you still feel there's something else to explore in it?
I have to say, like in the beginning of COVID, when the whole slap house hype started, we had the song Lonely, which was one of my latest bigger songs. Which was completely slap house, but I just heard the vocal and I was like, okay, this is perfect for now, because it was in the middle of the pandemic, or in the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was lonely. I was like, okay, let's just try something different. And then I just felt, because I wasn't over, how do you say that? It wasn't too much slap house back in the days. So in the beginning of 2020, I was like, okay, let's just try it. Let's give it a try. I used to like the music, but nowadays, like you already said, it's too much. Everyone tried to copy this kind of song, and I'm a little bit tired of when like nowadays tech house is really big. Everyone, like Fisher had this big song, everyone is doing Fisher sound. Now, I don't know, like a few years ago, Oliver Heldens had his sound, everyone went this direction. I'm just a little bit tired of like people just following what's hype. I mean, I'm also a little bit affected by that, because of course you need to try and you need to stay on the same level. But at the end, I just felt like I'm TUJAMO, I want to do the TUJAMO sound, and that's what I'm gonna do in the next few years. But yeah, it was a good time for slap house, but for me it's dead. It's like completely dead. It's over. Like I cannot hear that bass line anymore.
Makes sense, makes sense. But I really love your perspective. You're someone who tries to break the rules and tries to find a new sound, and that's what we really need in the industry right now.
Yeah, because otherwise, as an artist, you get tired of it. You know, I could do like 10 times drop that low boneless again because it's easy for me because the template is there. But if I do that over and over again,
It gets tiring not only for you, but for
it's
the
tiring
audience.
for the people, it's tiring for myself.
Exactly.
So I want to try different things, and I think it's also very important to fail sometimes because then you realize like, okay, I need to go back there, or I need to go back there. So I think it's a process. It's a process of failing, having good achievements, and then failing again, and then you stay like a little bit in the line.
I really love your perspective on it. You just reached a really big milestone recently.
Yeah.
How many views was it on Spotify combined?
It was today actually. So
Today, wow.
Yeah, today we woke up and we saw that it was like 1 billion streams on Spotify, which is for me it's super crazy because I remember exactly the day when I downloaded Fruity Loops for the first time, and then I started like dropping like samples in there, and it wasn't even the song; it was just bullshit. But I felt some magic between me and the computer because I felt like I'm able to create something. You know, you press save and you get a result, and you can play it in a club, and people are having a good time. That was look, I still get goosebumps because the moment is so crazy. Then the first time when I saw other DJs are playing my music, insane. It was just mind blowing. And then nowadays, like almost 10 or 12 years later, like seeing 1 billion streams.
Yeah, it's big.
You cannot even describe it. It's just mind blowing. Like I mean, like people from my team told me like, hey, do you even realize that? And I was like, now where you say it, I realize it. But before it was like, it's a fucking number.
It was unreal.
It's unreal. It's a number, but when I really like look at it again, it's crazy. It's like 1 billion fucking streams.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really crazy. It's hard to realize it, but in a good way.
But now that you're talking about music production, Fruity Loops, your development, you've collaborated with many artists in the industry. With which artist would you love to collaborate that you haven't done it yet?
I think my number one pick or choice would be probably Diplo. We tried it so many times. Like we already had finished songs.
Okay.
But in a way, it never really worked out. I did a few remixes for him, and we always tried it for years, but it never really worked out because he's so fast. Like he's like, oh no, I want to go that direction. It's tough, but I would love to finish a song one day with him because
hopefully, because that would be a really sick sound.
Yeah, exactly. We had one song finished that was unbelievable, but we couldn't release it because we couldn't clear the rights, and it was sad. But I mean, I'm still young, so I can still do it.
You still have time.
I still have 20 years.
Road ahead.
It's gonna happen.
Now, favorite synthesizer? It can be analog, it can be a plugin. Is there any synthesizer you really, really love?
I would say lately Serum. I really like Serum because you can almost create any sound with it. But if I would have to choose one synthesizer, it would be Mini Monster. I don't know if you know it.
No.
It's just like for bass lines, but it has the perfect frequency for like club bass lines. So it's like, this is like my number one secret. So
that's perfect.
Don't tell anyone.
So talking about secrets, we've got a lot of young upcoming producers watching these videos. What's one tip you could give them?
I would say don't try to follow the hypes. Don't try to like. There is already a Fisher. There's already a Hartwell. Try to find something in between. Like try to find something unique. Try to find something which was never there before. Even if it's hard, and it's becoming harder and harder because like almost every kind of genre is used. But there is always a way if you don't try to copy somebody, I think this is the only way where you can really like stick out of everything, because if you copy someone, you will always be in the shadow of those guys. And I think that would be my number one tip. You can learn, like everyone can learn producing. I don't have any musical background, so you can. I'm not able to play piano. You can learn it, but don't copy anybody. That's my number one tip.
Absolutely perfect. I love it. Is there anything you want to share with your fans and the Hispanic people?
Yeah, I mean, since we just talked about the 1 billion streams, I just want to say, like, thank you for the ongoing support for so many years. I would love to see you guys around the world, and yeah, I'm really happy that there's like such a connection between me and you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. It was really nice.
Si disfrutaste del video, deja un like, suscríbete si no lo has hecho aún. Y si quieres más contenido de este estilo, tengo una lista de reproducción, es la primera abajo en la descripción de este video. De hecho, los últimos artistas que llegué a entrevistar fueron Firebeats, en donde también aprendimos no solamente sobre ellos, sino la industria. Pero bueno, nos veremos en la próxima. Goodbye.